This is Vince Lara in the College of Applied Health Sciences at the University of Illinois. Today I speak with Illinois grad and FEMA Disability Coordinator Linda Mastandrea. She talks about working with Tim Nugent, Marty Morse, and Brad Hedrick and her memories of Illinois. So Linda, of course you are a decorated Paralympic champion. 15 gold medals, 5 silver medals in international wheelchair track competition, including gold and silver at the 96 Olympics and Paralympics in Atlanta. So I want to ask you, what inspired you to try wheelchair racing?
So I think it was a couple of things. I came to the University of Illinois not because I intended to compete in wheelchair sport, but because it was an in-state school and it was a good school, and I was coming here with my twin sister.
Okay.
It was just literally by accident that I got involved in wheelchair sports at all. I sprained my ankle, started coming here for rehab. Met Brad Hedrick, who started trying to recruit me for wheelchair basketball, and I started actually with playing wheelchair basketball. He and Sharon Hedrick and other players on the team kind of kept after me for about a year. I thought, you know what, I'm a kid with a disability, I don't play sports, I'm not an athlete, and it really took about a year of convincing me to even try it. And once I tried basketball, and that sort of opened the door to me looking at myself in a different way, and that's really what kind of led me down the path of even being willing to try track. Once I saw that I actually could play a sport and I could be athletic, and then that just kind of opened my eyes to this infinite world of possibility.
Now, Tim Nugent, who is considered the father of accessibility, recently got this tremendous honor from the NBA. I don't know if you noticed that he got what's one step short of induction into the NBA. He was given the award, the John W. Bin Lifetime Achievement Award for his contributions to basketball.
Right.
And I'm wondering, what lessons did you take from Tim in your time here?
Great question. So I think what I really learned from him is that you don't take no for an answer, and you don't give up. He was relentless in pursuing his passion, and his passion was opening the door to education for kids with disabilities and using the vehicle of sports, to open that door. And for me, the vehicle of sports opened my life to looking at myself in a whole different way, put me on a different path than I ever would have conceived of. Being a Paralympic athlete, pursuing a law degree, moving out of the Chicago area to pursue, careers out of state. It made me look at myself differently. And so I think what I really took from him is to, go through those doors that you're opening and to take those chances and to be relentless and to not give up.
Tim was considered a person who would tell you whatever was on his mind, whether that was positive or negative. What's the fondest memory you have of him?
I think the thing that stands out for me is, hearing him speak at our sports banquets. And, when you're a kid, you sort of laugh at the older people. You're like, oh my God, the stories, and we've heard this thing 800 times before. You sort of giggle and you laugh. But, I look back on it now, and I am so grateful that I had those experiences and those memories and got to hear from him firsthand. Now people they'll read about him, they'll, maybe see a video clip, but I got to sit in the room with this guy, which is phenomenal. And I think more recently, I was doing a piece about the London 2012 Paralympic Games, writing an article, and I had a chance to sit and talk with Mr. Nugent for I want to say 3 hours. Wow. And we could have gone for a week. He just was such a font of information. He had so many stories. His memory was impeccable. I'm so jealous of that because I don't have that.
Funny. Now, Marty Morse was considered the first track, wheelchair track coach here, right. But you started playing basketball. Right. So how did Marty kind of convince you to try wheelchair track in the field, if you will?
Yeah, so he too was pretty relentless and was really encouraging, because even then I sort of doubted myself, I still had a little bit of fear, and he was just so encouraging and so positive and really wanted you to take those chances, right? And he just kept encouraging me and said, just try it, and if you don't like it, you don't have to. And and I will say that I did not get fully on board with it while I was a student here.
Okay.
And it really wasn't until after. But I kept in touch with Marty.
Uh-huh.
And this was, before the internet, before social media.
Sure.
Marty literally would write workouts for me and mail them to me.
Oh, wow.
We would talk on the phone and adjust, and we'd talk about what I was doing and what we needed to tweak and everything else. And that's really where it began.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, your time at Dres coincided with Gene Driscoll, who is another well-known champion.
Yes.
Did the two of you drive each other to compete, do you think? And was there an immediate bond between you because of, maybe there was that competitive streak for both of you?
So we actually literally kind of passed. I
Okay.
leaving, she was coming, but we became U.S. teammates.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, we always, I think there's something, though, unique about U.S. teammates who have that Illinois connection. There's just this unshakable bond that you have coming out of this program. I think it instills such a sense of pride and passion and connection that you are always at home with your fellow Illini.
That's very true. And the university has become, the place to go for Paralympic training. That's a credit to who? Is that a credit to Dr. Nugent, to Marty, to every Brad?
It's a credit to really all of them. Starting with Dr. Nugent and his, unshakable belief in the power of sport to build the lives of people with disabilities, to Marty's desire to build up that athletics program, to Brad's desire to, starting with basketball, then, the whole of Dres. I think that all of us that came through this program really understood the power of Paralympic sport to positively impact lives and to change the trajectory of lives for people with disabilities. I think, but understanding that that's only part of the story, because without education, right, Paralympics it's just a piece of it, right? And so I think the power in Illinois is the focus on not only giving you the athletic skills that you need to be a fierce competitor, but making sure that you have the educational skills and the life skills that you need to become a successful adult no matter what path you pursue.
Yeah, and speaking of what path did you pursue, you've gone many paths.
I have.
Right? You became a lawyer. You're an accomplished writer. I mean, one of the reasons you're on campus is you're writing a piece about Gene Driscoll. And now you're in this position with FEMA. So tell me a little bit about what you do with FEMA and how does that connect you to your, Illinois life?
Sure. So at FEMA, I am the director of the Office of Disability Integration and Coordination. That office sprang up out of the Post-Katrina Emergency Management Reform Act, or Katrina.
Sure.
And when the emergency management profession really kind of saw the impact of natural disasters on people with disabilities on such a large scale, recognized that there needed to be more attention paid to that issue in particular, and created the position and the office in FEMA. And so my job really is to do a couple of things. It's to help FEMA as an agency do its job better when it comes to serving people with disabilities before, during, and after disasters. But we also do that through helping our state and local and territorial and tribal partners do their jobs better. So we give them the training they need and the tools they need and the resources they need to understand, how do I help people with disabilities in my community? And so we really are tackling it, if you will, from the community level up and from the federal level down, right? And all aspects, because the primary goal of it is to ensure that, as a community, we are as prepared as possible to, as individuals and as agencies, to help people with disabilities who are impacted by disasters.
My thanks to Linda Mastandrea. To hear more about Illinois and the College of Applied Health Sciences, find our podcasts on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and other services by searching A Few Minutes With. See you next time.